What up, YouTubers? Dr. Jackless666 here once again. I just finished watching Blake's Game Room, and he did his best of 2011. Now, my games, not all of them was released in 2011, but most of them were. But I finished them in 2011. So these are my top 5 games I finished in 2011. Start off with is Saints Row the Third. I love the Saints Row series. I actually prefer it more than the GTA series, and just the whole free roaming and doing whatever you like and nothing serious in the damn game is what I love about it. Plus you can customize your character, customize your cars, call in gang members and stuff like that, and the whole complete story take over the town type thing. It's absolutely brilliant. Now Saints are popular now. They've got their own TV shows, their own merchandise. What can I say? So they head into a new town and try to take it over, which is Steelport, but it's run by the Syndicate, and they don't like that idea, so basically they're trying to stop you. And there's a lot of action, a lot of fun and all that, but the reason this is my number 5 is because I expected more from Saints Row. I enjoyed everything from Saints Row 2, but Saints Row 3 left me thinking, is that it? Where's the rest? Like, some of the story missions, they got lazy. You actually had to do like pimping missions or hoe trafficking or helicopter protector type thing. They never did that before. That was just completely lazy. THQ and Volition got lazy on this one, and this is why it's my number 5, which is a shame, because I really love Saints Row games and I was expecting a whole lot more from this. Number 4 is LA Noire. This game was brilliant. It was made by Team Bondi of Rockstar, which we all know what's happened with them lately. But yeah, this was a brilliant game. It had a lot of facial expressions and stuff like that when you were interrogating people. So you had a lot of clues you had to find, and if you missed that one clue, you may not get the right may not get your right guy or right girl, whatever it is. And basically, you follow the story of this guy, Cole Phelps. Used to be in the army. He's now starts off as a street cop, moves his way up into detective ranks of street detective, homicide, Miami Vice, and then arsonist. But yeah, it's a great game. I recommend you play it. I enjoyed it. Even if you don't like these type of games, you'll love this game, because this game just really comes out. You really enjoy the graphics. It's got a lot of great DLC too, and it's an enjoyable game. Number 3 is 2 games. I'll start off with Brotherhood first. I enjoyed this game a lot compared to what others think. The whole searching for the Apple of Eden story was absolutely brilliant, and the final fight was much better than any of the games I've played yet of the Assassin's Creed, even Revelations, which is pretty sad. Brotherhood was a lot of fun. It also was the first game to introduce your apprentice group in, where you can call in the apprentice, level them up, and they come in and attack out of nowhere. And they're a lot of fun to help you in certain situations, so yeah, I use them a lot. You could take over towers and build your assassin guild much stronger and stuff like that. And you had like side quests and assassin nest things and stuff like that. And it's a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. It was the first multiplayer introduced into Assassin's Creed, and it was done pretty well. But trying to find a match, finding a match thing could have been done better. It takes ages. Like it says, no one's playing, and you look, and it's like there's 10,000 people online now. How's there no one playing? And so yeah, they had to fix the multiplayer in that, but the story in the main game in this one was pretty good. And then number 3, part 2, was Assassin's Creed Revelations. They fixed up multiplayer in this. Trying to find a game is absolutely easy in this now. The story was, once again, enjoyable, except for the final stage. I was pretty disappointed with that, but the whole entire game was a lot of fun. Basically trying to find all of Altair's secrets, and you actually get to play as Altair in certain parts also. And as you all know, Desmond is stuck in the Animus, so he also gets to meet Subject 16 a lot. But it was an enjoyable game, and it was a good way to finish the series. And we all know what Assassin's Creed 3 is, so we know Ezio's gone. My second favorite game was Batman Arkham City. Like you, Blake, I got the collector's edition, but I went down to my local game shop and I said, look, what are you going to do with those covers that you make with the game saying coming soon underneath? And they said, we usually throw them out. I said, well, can I have it? Because my game came in an art book and it looks stupid. And he said, yeah, sure. So in the end, it's not a perfect case, but it's better than being in an art book, and it looks nearly like the original. In fact, in a way, I think it looks better. See, display box only, but yeah, it's still better than being in the art book. Now, back to the game. This is probably the best Batman game I've ever played. The whole free roam system, all the villains in it. I'm glad Harley Quinn was back, and she looked even hot. I played it properly. I downloaded the Catwoman story first, and then that way it went in between the stories, so it made a lot more sense. The whole Riddler challenge was a lot of fun. Side quests are great. You introduce some characters that was in the first game, Arkham Asylum, and it also introduces some characters that have not been introduced into the game yet. There's a little hint in the game that what might be the next game, if you can find that little Easter egg. But if you can't, then it'll just surprise you when the next game comes out. But yeah, it was a great game. Batman chasing after the Joker after he's been infected with the Titan virus. The whole Arkham City, where the bad guys get their own city, you can do whatever they like. Sounds like a smart idea, but in the end, Batman still has to go in there and sort them out. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then my final game that I enjoyed in 2011 is Yakuza 4. This is probably the best game I ever played in 2011. I enjoyed this a lot. I've loved the Yakuza series since Yakuza 1. I've played 1, 2, and 3, and now 4, and I know what the whole story of the Yakuza is about. 2 days from now, we're going to be getting Yakuza Dead Souls, and I've already pre-ordered, paid mine off, just waiting and counting down the days to get it. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. It's got 4 different characters, which you can have a lot of fun with. Names. Well, I know one's Akiyama, which is a lone officer, and then you've got Saejima, who Akiyama's a lone officer who used to be a bum but got rich, and basically he was able to make his own loan office. He will loan as much money as he can to anyone, as long as they do a special favor for him. So he's not your typical loan officer. He's not going to break your fingers or things like that. He doesn't even care if you don't pay him back. If he reckons you use that money correctly, he will loan you that money. He's a nice guy. Then you have Saejima, who's a former mafia guy himself. He was set up a few years, about 10-20 years ago, to kill another mafia family, and basically he breaks out of prison with the help of a certain character from Yakuza 3. I won't ruin that for you. You can find out who that is by playing it yourself. But yeah, he comes back into Camera Show and he sees everything's changed. He's like, wow, cell phones. He's a man lost in a new world. So his main game is basically revolving around underneath the sewers, where he knows where he can stay away from the cops and that. And he's basically just trying to find out why he was set up, what happened, where his friend was, why he didn't show up, and stuff like that. The next one is Tanimura, who's a cop who wants to clean up the streets. His father used to be a cop. His father was killed by certain criminals and stuff like that. And he actually helps the imported people, like people from Hong Kong, Korea and that live in Japan, because him himself is imported also. And he fights with like a Taekwondo type sort of fighting. Oh no, not Taekwondo. He's sort of like got a submission type fighting thing. Seijun is sort of like a wrestler, powerful hitter. Akiyama is so good with his feet. He's so quick. He's unbelievable. Tememura sort of has like the submission type holds where he can even arrest you with his cuffs if you pull off the move properly. And then finally is the Dragon of Dojima, which is Kazumi Kiryu. He's been in all 3 games up to this one, and he returns for the 4th one, and he's part 4 of the story, and he's basically trying to protect a certain girl from the mafia that's after her, and it was a fun game all the way through there. And then in the last part they all meet up and basically go and face their arch nemesis, who they all know they all have to beat for certain reasons. It's also got like mini games, side quests, sub-stories, which also leads to the ultimate fight of all Yakuza games. If you're a Yakuza fan, you know what I mean. I'm not going to ruin it for anybody. You can go do it yourself. The sub-stories are a lot of fun, and they're not that hard, but when you get to the next fight, it may be that hard, depending on what difficulty you're playing it on. And it's got karaoke, you buy a lot of things, eat food in the whole Tiger. Just the whole walking around Kamurocho is absolutely brilliant. And that's why it's my favorite game of 2011, and maybe Dead Cells might be my favorite game of 2012. We'll just wait and see. But yeah, number 1 is Yakuza 4, number 2 is Batman Arkham City, number 3 is Assassin's Creed Revelations and Brotherhood combined, number 4 is L.A. Noire, and number 5 is Saints Row the Third. This is Dr. Jackal 666 signing out. Subscribe, comment, and I'll see you soon.